Good afternoon, everyone. I call this meeting of the Mount San Jacinto Community College District Board of Trustees meeting to order. It's Thursday, June 25th, and it is 4:01 p.m. We're meeting at our Temecula campus on the third floor in the boardroom on Motorcar Parkway. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, would Trustee Corona lead us in the pledge today? Thank you, Trustee Corona.
Definitely. Thank you. Stand up, ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 1.3, roll call, establishment of quorum.
Trustee Ashley?
Present.
Trustee Carpenter? Here. Trustee Corona?
Present.
Trustee Smith?
Present.
Trustee Silva?
Here.
Student Trustee Chitsey?
Here.
Academic Senate Michael Arce?
Here.
Classified Senate Ed Saucedo?
Here.
Student Government Association Lamari Oliver?
Here.
Thank you. Item 1.4, approval of minutes, regular meeting of June 11th, 2026. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
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 I vote. Item 1.5, revision, adoption, ordering of the agenda. It's recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the order of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
Chair Ashley, I move to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. There is discussion on this. Diligent was not playing nice. That's our platform for our meeting. So there's a few places that are slightly out of order. So I'll be using a paper agenda to show you like when we're like on 8.5 and it should say 8.6. I'll be going and giving the correct number. Other than that, is there any other discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Item 2, comments of individual groups, delegations limited to closed agenda items only. There are none, so we can move on to item 3, closed session. 3.1, closed session notice. Pursuant to all applicable education codes, government codes, and recently enacted statutes, the Board of Trustees will meet in closed session to discuss and act on the following matters. 3.2, conference with legal counsel, potential litigation. Item 3.3, I'll read that more. Significant exposure to litigation pursuant to California Government Code Section 549956.9D2 apostrophe 1 item, Matthews versus Mount San Jacinto Community College District. Item 3.3, public employee discipline dismissal release, 2 cases. 3.4, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. Sacramento Superior Court case number 34-2022-0032-8402-CL-OE-GDS. And if there's anything to report out, 3.5, we will reconvene and report out to all of you. So with that, we will adjourn to closed session. See you in hopefully not that long of an amount of time. Closed session. We do have one item to report out. It was a unanimous decision. During closed session, the Board of Trustees took action to deny claim 671984 Matthews versus Mount San Jacinto Community College District. The motion was moved by myself and seconded by Trustee Smith. The action was approved by unanimous decision. So we will now move on to item 4, which is comments of individuals, groups, and delegations. This is public comment to items that are on the agenda, and speakers will have 3 minutes maximum and 20 minutes per subject. Oh, there are no requests to speak. So now we can go on to item number 5, reports. 5.1, board president and trustees. And we will start at the end and work our way down. So Trustee Smith, what do you have to report today?
Thank you, Trustee Ashley. Well, first, I'd like to welcome Tawny here and her husband for joining us tonight. Thank you very much. Roger, I know you've been acknowledged many times today, but I just want to one more time let you know from the Hemet and San Jacinto Valley as a whole, we really want to thank you for all the support you have given us, even outside of the college, and the moral support you've just had for us. And thank you very much. So we wish you and your wife your very best in the future. I also want to quickly acknowledge a couple of people from the MSJC art class. The Healthy Valley Foundation acquired a grant and led a way for the city of Hemet to do a beautiful mural on a blank wall there in downtown Hemet. And now there's even a plaque on the wall with those that participated in the work. And 2 of them are our very own. One of them was the art professor, Chet Glaze, and also an MSJC student, Elizabeth DeBracchio. And I just want to thank them for sharing their talent with us over there in the Valley and supporting the community. And that's all I got. Wish everyone a good summer. Thanks.
Thank you, Trustee Smith. Trustee Corona.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by sharing that I had the pleasure of attending President Roger Schultz's retirement celebration at our Temecula Valley campus. It was wonderful to meet President Schultz's family and friends, as well as spend time with my fellow trustees and many of our dedicated MSJC faculty, staff, and their families. The evening was filled with appreciation, with celebration and reflection on President Schultz's many years of leadership and lasting legacy. I also had the opportunity to attend the Juneteenth celebration hosted by the city of Paris. Although I was unable to attend the Lake Elsinore Juneteenth event due to a schedule of conflict, I am pleased to share that I have become an active member of the NAACP and look forward to continuing with supporting our diverse communities throughout the district. On June 30th, I will be attending the Power of CSUSM Southwest Riverside, Cal State San Marcos, Riverside County event at Pechanga. And I look forward to representing MSJC and strengthening partnerships that support education opportunities for our region. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Superintendent Roger Schultz for his many years of dedicated service to Mount San Jacinto. His leadership made a lasting impact on our students, to our employees, and to the communities that we serve. On behalf of our district, I wish him a well-earned retirement filled with his family and friends. Congratulations, President Schultz, and thank you for your enduring legacy.
Thank you, Trustee Corona. Trustee Silva.
So amongst all these wonderful comments about President Schultz, I had made my comments last month. So I could comment about what I'm going to comment about right now. So good afternoon. In 9 days, our nation will celebrate America 250, marking the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. As this milestone approaches, I've been rewatching the HBO miniseries John Adams and reflecting on the remarkable and often difficult beginnings of our great country. The Declaration of Independence represented both a bold statement of principles and an extraordinary act of compromise among individuals who held differing views but shared a common purpose. Over the past 250 years, Americans have built a nation of tremendous opportunity and innovation. Many of the conveniences we enjoy today would have been unimaginable to the founders. Yet while technology has made our lives easier and connected us in countless ways, it has also presented new challenges. Too often, public discourse rewards outrage rather than understanding, and disagreement can quickly become division. Because today's informative environment often amplifies the most provocative and inflammatory voices, ideological extremes continue to pull people away from the common ground where meaningful progress is most often achieved. As a result, pragmatism and compromise can seem undervalued, while many Americans seeking practical solutions and mutual understanding are left feeling increasingly unheard. One of the enduring lessons from our nation's founding is that progress requires people with differing perspectives to work together. The founders debated vigorously, but they understood that compromise and civic engagement were essential to the preservation of a constitutional republic. As we approach this historic anniversary, my plea is that we recommit ourselves to civility, decency, and mutual respect. We will not agree on every issue, and nor should we. But those whom we disagree are not our enemies. Our communities are strongest when we listen to one another, seek common ground when possible, and remember our shared future is more important than our political differences. In an era when so much of our interaction occurs online, let us strive to bring our better angels to our conversations in our communities. Respectful dialogue, not division, is what sustains a healthy democracy. When we dehumanize those with whom we disagree with politically, we risk losing sight of our shared humanity and create permission structures to weaken the civic foundations that generations of Americans have worked and sacrificed to preserve since the signing of the Declaration of Independence 250 years ago. And with that, I would like to wish everyone a happy and safe National Strawberry Parfait Day. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Silva. Trustee Carpenter.
Thank you. First, I'd like to wish everyone a very fun, safe summer break. And thank you for all your hard work this past year. And we're still in it, summer, and then we're right into fall. But thank you. And I too attended the 80s party for Roger. I don't know why 80s, and I was kind of torn on what to wear. I don't like to dress up much, but I thought that the wig that I had was good. It was disco met punk, and the wig was a big hit. Not anything else, but just the wig. I'm not wearing it again. And now to Roger, and I hadn't said a few words. So I did write it down so I would not get emotional. So
Too late.
I know, yes, right off. Anyway, Roger, it's been an honor to serve alongside you for just about the same time you have been a superintendent, but more years as our friendship began initially with the College Foundation. I was a director on that board prior to my trustee role. Thank you for your leadership and friendship all these years, along with your commitment to student success, which was always a priority over most anything else, barring an emergency or tacos, I've come to learn of recent day. There's a backstory I really need to know about. Your greatest strength has been that you genuinely care for people, your employees, community, and our MSJC students. What has always impressed me most is not what you accomplished, but how you accomplished it, which was with grace, humanity, professionalism, and respect for others. You always took my call. You always provided guidance or clarity in times of great uncertainty or confusion, and for that, I'm personally grateful. You displayed great vision as growth happened to us in our district and region, evidenced on how we pivoted with growing enrollment, new buildings, the challenges MSJ faced, or that for that, I say job well done, sir. Congratulations on an extraordinary career and a well-deserved retirement. We shall miss you. Good luck to you and Lori and your family, and enjoy your retirement. And don't forget to come back and say hello, spend some time. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Carpenter. Well, I'm going to be all over the place on this. I'll probably take my whole 5 minutes, but maybe not. First, I'd like to just say some off-topic things that like what's kept me busy recently. And my brother invited me to the University of Oregon's graduation ceremony last week, and I was able to see my enormous 6'5" nephew graduate from the University of Oregon and went to 3 different graduation ceremonies. And it was just, boy, U of O knows how to do it. That was an amazing thing. And also, I didn't even realize you can fly right into Eugene now. I thought I'd be flying into Medford. I could have asked our new superintendent's husband, and he probably would have been able to tell me that. Nope. U of O has an airport. It's small too. It's like completely empty until a plane comes in. And all of a sudden there's people everywhere. And then it goes completely empty again, the whole airport. The reason I brought that up is, first of all, I realized when I was there with my brother that I've been to more graduation ceremonies than every single member of my family combined, probably then times 3. I've been to a lot of ceremonies. That includes high school ceremonies as a high school administrator over the years as well. And the University of Oregon at the end, they play a song right after the tassels are turned. That is Otis Day and the Nights. And it's Make Me Want to Shout. If you've ever heard that song, Make You Want to Shout. You put your hands up. And they do a little bit louder now, a little bit louder. And then all the graduates get down low, and then they go nuts again. And I was like, this is awesome. We need to copy that. And I told my brother, like, why do they do that? Can we copy it? And he goes, no, don't you know why they can do it? Do we have any U of O people here? They can do it because the Blues Brothers was filmed, not Blues Brothers, Animal House. Animal House, I'm only a year or 2 off. Animal House was filmed at the University of Oregon with, and so they do Make Me Want to Shout there. But it makes me think we need a song to go nuts to at the end of our graduations. So Vice President Brown, we need to find a song. What do you think?
Challenge accepted.
And that we can get the whole crowd into it because it was awesome. We should try to do that if we can. So let's find a tune. All right. Moving on from that, I told you I'd be all over the place. Also, I went to both of the 2 get-togethers. I went to Roger's 80s party last week, and oh my God, I couldn't believe how long his hair grew at such a short amount of time. He put this big wig on and this sweatsuit, and it was amazing. Lori did the same thing, and the kids it was great seeing all the kids together, and they were so happy and proud of their dad. It was awesome. And then, of course, right before this meeting started, we had a community goodbye, which was awesome as well, and somewhat intimate. So that was nice. I just want to remind everyone, because over the years, we have all these events at the college, and Roger always gets cornered in a good way. Like a student will come up to him, hey, do you have a minute? Or when we're walking away, Roger will be like, oh, I have to go talk to these students over here. And the way your eyes got so bright, like you could just tell he went from doing his job to being happy when he got to actually work with students. And that is that says a lot, Roger, that it was clear, like your eyes you just got very attentive. Yeah, what's going on? How can I help? Tell me this situation. And I really appreciate that about you, Roger. That was amazing. And then I'll also go into when I first got on the board, Roger's kind of like we're almost the same age. So when he retires, it makes me think, oh, wow, I need to start planning for retirement more. But he's like you always have the brother that you wouldn't go to for advice, and maybe the brother that you would. And Roger's always been the brother I would go to for advice. And right when I got on the board, my wife and I got divorced, and I needed an attorney. I said, Roger, I need an attorney. I don't know anyone. So he called Virginia Blumenthal, the attorney for Riverside Community College. She's a big shot attorney, especially, 14, 13 years ago, and got me a name. And I got this attorney to work for me. And I just want to let you know, Roger, like people, because they know I've gone through divorce, they come up to me from time to time and they say, and board, I would like, my time is up. I'd like to ask the board for one additional minute. Do I have permission?
Yes, but only if you, after that performance about the songs, I think your outfit needs to be a little bit different at the next 80s party.
Second.
Okay, well done. Okay. So, so people come up and ask me for advice for attorneys and I say, well, the attorney I got, like, I go, I wouldn't really recommend her. I recommend my wife's attorney. And for 14 years, I've been recommending my wife's attorney because she cleaned my clock. I just want you to know, Roger, I never let you know that the attorney you got for me, like I got worked in court. You should have seen the alimony and child support. But anyway, yeah, I know you did your best. And with that, Roger, I'm going to miss you, but you're not going anywhere, not completely. You're nearby. I know how to reach you. I got your number. And we got to go have Del Taco sometime because we both love that Del Taco. And I'll stop there because I'm over time, but I did get that extension from the rest of the board. So yes, Trustee Carpenter.
Trustee Ashley, this is such a moment because Virginia Blumenthal was a student of my husband's. In law school. Yeah. We were good friends. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Okay. And then my phone went dead and I had another item but when my phone went dark, I had to be reminded. Board, and everyone, I'd like to let you all know, and Roger, that at the August board meeting, we will be bringing a recommendation for President Emeritus distinction for Roger Schultz, Dr. Roger Schultz, in honor of his role as superintendent president for 18 years and 25 total with the district. And we will have this resolution at our next board meeting. And so the title is President Emeritus distinction. So it's a President Emeritus. So you'll always be president. Now you'll always be president. Oh, no, right? No. Yeah. Well, it hasn't been approved yet. I think you got the.
I know, there's still time to screw it up. I mean.
Okay. Just to think I almost left the biggest item of my report. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Oh my. It was a divorce story. It just threw me for a loop. Yeah. Okay, and with that, we will move to our student trustee for their report, which he's probably thinking, oh my God, really? Please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. First off, I want to wish you a very relaxing retirement, Dr. Schultz. And then I would like to welcome the new president as well. It's really nice to see you. I only had 2 weeks to come up with this, so I'm really nervous. But over the past several weeks, I've continued meeting with students throughout the Menifee Valley campus, speaking with student athletes, participating in campus events, providing campus tours for prospective students and their families, and learning more about the experiences of our students. I would like to share several updates and common themes from these conversations. I also had the opportunity to attend the Student Government Association Juneteenth movie night at the Menifee Valley campus. I appreciate the work that the student government and campus staff put into organizing events that promote student engagement and provide opportunities for students to come together outside the classroom. One of the groups I met with recently was our football team. Overall, the players expressed that they are very appreciative of the support and resources available to them. They were especially pleased to hear that the flooring in the 3000 building is being reinforced to safely support the weight equipment being relocated while their main gym undergoes renovations. Several players also shared positive feedback about their coach, Mazada. I think I butchered that, and expressed appreciation for his leadership and commitment to the program. One of the most common concerns I have heard from students is the affordability of food on campus. Many students spend the majority of their day at the MSJC because of class schedules, athletics work, or transportation limitations, making the campus cafe their primary option for meals. After hearing these concerns, I visited the campus cafe myself to better understand the pricing. While the cafe offers value menu items, students shared that purchasing breakfast, lunch, snacks, and drinks throughout the day can become expensive. An example of this is a cheeseburger is approximately $6.80. Chicken strips, $6.50, and so on and so forth. I appreciate that the college provides dining options for students, and I believe it would be worthwhile to continue exploring ways to make meals more affordable for those who rely on campus dining throughout the day. I was also pleased to see the recent improvements made within the counseling department. The newly painted walls have created a brighter and more welcoming environment for students. And I learned that additional improvements are planned with the assistance of an interior designer. These enhancements reflect the college's continued investment in creating welcoming spaces where students feel comfortable seeking academic and personal support. Through the campus stores I have provided to prospective students and their families, I have had the opportunity to highlight many of the resources available at MSJC. One resource that consistently receives positive feedback is free mental health counseling offered through the Student Health Center. Many families are pleasantly surprised to learn that these services are available at no cost to students. Families also responded very positively to the Learning Resource Center and its free tutoring service. And I was pleased to learn that Learning Resource Center plans to expand its operating hours this fall to provide students with even greater access to academic support. Another topic students continue asking about is the makerspace. While I understand there have been plans to relocate the space, students continue asking when it will reopen because they value the opportunities it provides for creativity, collaboration, and hands-on learning. I look forward to future updates regarding the relocation process and when students can once again access this important resource. Sorry, guys, I know this is getting a little long. I'm almost done. Students have also shared concerns regarding several study rooms within the new STEM building at the Menifee Valley campus. Some of the study room doors do not consistently remain closed, leading students to place chairs against the doors while using the rooms. Students have also pointed out some of the exterior doors do not always fully latch after closing, so they are left open when campus is closed. I want to share this feedback so that the appropriate departments are aware of these concerns and can determine whether any adjustments are needed. Parking also continues to be a topic of discussion among students. Several students shared that they regularly use different vehicles because they share transportation with family members or do not always have access to the same vehicle. This can make parking permits more challenging to manage, and some students choose to park further from campus or on surrounding streets. I plan to
Student
continue-
trustee,
Yes.
your time is expired, but if you'd like to ask the rest of the board for more time, you could.
I would like to ask for one additional minute, please.
I'm okay with it if the rest are. Yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you. As I continue expanding my outreach, I have also begun speaking with students involved in programs such as Puente. Based on these conversations, I believe it would be worthwhile to continue to explore whether a dedicated gathering and programming space for Puente students could further strengthen community and student engagement. I look forward to continuing these conversations with students from Puente, DSPS, EOPS, Umoja, Veteran Services, and other student support programs so I can better represent their perspective on future board meetings. Overall, the feedback I continue receiving reflects a student body that appreciates the investments being made at our facilities, counseling services, academic support, and athletics. At the same time, students continue sharing constructive feedback on areas where improvements can be made. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move to our Student Government Association representative, our president. The floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. First thing I want to say, Dr. Schultz, we go way back. I'm just playing. But every time I see you on campus, you've always been very helpful, and I always can tell that you just made MSJC like a great place. So thank you, and have fun with a well-deserved retirement. Might be kind of double, but I'll try to make it quick. We had a movie night yesterday at San Jacinto watching the Michael movie, which was pretty nice turnout. Got to see some people dance. So some big Michael fans out there. One thing I want to bring to attention is our advisor position. I believe we were promised a advisor 3 months. 3 months within the hiring process. So I would suggest seeing if there could be any update on that, since we only have one currently, and we have some others that's not their positions specifically, but they are taking over that role. As well as we would like some continued support for our cultural programs, as you heard our student trustee speaking about the Puente program. So I believe their room is not as spacious as others. So it'd be good to have a relocation to where they are able to use that space to get the help that they need, especially because that's one of the only ones that don't have a big area where they're able to reside in. Our cafeteria food affordability as well. Many students have came up to me as well talking about the food and its affordability. I believe that many students should have affordable food, especially if they spend much time on campus, and that's their only source of food throughout the day. Lower cost meal options could significantly improve students' access to food and reduce financial strain for those students. As well as our catering costs, we don't have that much freedom during events. We have to use the cafeteria. And I was wondering if there is an ability to have more flexibility on what we can get other than the cafeteria food. Other than that, let's have a great July, everybody. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Academic Senate.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Arce. I'm standing in for Anjanette Oberg for our Academic Senate report. I want to mention that we have conducted some elections for incoming senators. This includes Brittany Renard, some of whom are continuing with us. Brittany Renard, Angelica Bakari, Lacey Harmon, Maria Rocha, all for San Jacinto Site Council. At Menifee, Anjanette Oberg, Albert Jimenez, Dave Moss, Susie Valdez, Gillian Patton, and Pedro Aceves. And then we have some incoming people for Senate officer positions. Dr. Oberg will continue as president. Brittany Renard, who is joining me tonight, will be stepping in as the Academic Senate Executive Vice President. Interestingly enough, this is my first and last report to you all. And so, Roger, if you have any room in your luggage, I'm ready. We have Albert Jimenez, Angelica Bakari, Dave Moss, and Lacey Harmon all stepping into various Senate officer positions. There hasn't been a ton that we've been able to do over the last 2 weeks since the last board report. We have met with HR. We met with institutional effectiveness, instructional services. One of the biggest topics that we want to make a point to address over these coming months is the joint hiring process. We just want to make sure that it's equitable for everybody who's trying to have new individuals join their spaces. What we've seen is that it leans very heavily towards hiring new faculty, but we want to make sure that other areas such as counseling and library have appropriate data that they can include to have a sustainable chance at obtaining their hires as well. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. 5.5, Classified Senate, Ed Saucedo.
Thank you, President Ashley. First, I want to start with, we had a summer kickoff for the classified staff where we went, this Senate went around and passed out ice cream. So we had to have a cool summer, but I'm pumped. And that went off really well received. Also, following the example of my colleague here, I want to recognize the Senate, Pam Benson, Julie Kelly, Ricky Toth, Terrence Green, Veronica Perez, and Eddie Landeros, who obviously without them, I couldn't get anything done. We couldn't get anything done. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone recognized that they were recognized for the work they do behind the scenes where I get to sit up here. But without them, nothing would get done on our end. And last thing I have is we'll be doing a retreat at the end of summer before we come back in August. So hopefully we'll have a plan of what to do for next year. And that's the end of my report. And Roger, I see you're sleeping over there. So if I understand, you're leaving. News to me. Thanks for letting me know. No, I just want to take this moment and say thank you. I think I've shared everything, and I'm going to stop before exactly, you know. But as a Marine, I want to say it's been an honor and a privilege, and Semper Fi.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, we're ready to move on to item 5.6, Executive Cabinet.
All right. Well, on behalf of Business Services, I want to thank Roger for his leadership and support over the years, and we send you our best wishes always in your retirement. I also was chatting with our Executive Director of Foundation, and as part of Roger's retirement, a memorial fund campaign was set up with a goal of raising $100,000. And she shared with me that that campaign has actually exceeded that goal and has raised over $120,000 as of this evening. So, and even best wishes to you, Roger. Well done.
There's a lot I could say.
Really?
I didn't say I was going to say it. I said there was a lot I could say.
Well, I do have some really something really exciting to share. You might remember a couple of meetings ago, I teased something really awesome that we didn't have confirmed yet. So we now have it confirmed. The Nobel Prize Center in Oslo, Norway, is running a program for students. It involves a course in leadership that is mostly online, but also involves a trip to New Orleans for the honors program, as well as a trip to Oslo during the Nobel Prize presentations. Our honors program helped 2 of our students apply for that. Program only accepts 25 students nationwide, including university students. These two of our students have actually been accepted. So congratulations to you. Right. Marissa Salazar, as well as Danella Young, have been accepted to this really amazing program. There's actually more to this. So after they go through this process, they become, or they may become Nobel ambassadors, where they take what they've learned as a part of that program and bring it back to the campus. There are also opportunities to partner with the former vice chair of the Nobel Selection Committee for different activities as well. And so we're looking into kind of maximizing this opportunity and perhaps making next year a year of peace and leadership. So looking at all kinds of opportunities there. I did want to thank Professor Christina Yamanaka-Vu, as well as Professor Eric Oslins for their tireless work in honors. And this is just one of the many opportunities for students that comes from that. So that
I
concludes
thought you
my
were going to
report.
tell us Roger was getting the Nobel Prize.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I was like, my God, dude. What can this
Christina
guy
and Eric
not
may
do?
be able to work on that also. We'll see.
All right.
Well, no actual business report because as you'll see in the consent agenda, we've been quite busy in HR. But I do want to congratulate Roger on his retirement. Even though I've only worked with you for a year, it's been a year full of laughs and good memories. So it has. My staff will miss you walking over there and into their little fishbowl area because they would count on you coming over there every time you needed something. And Ed will make sure the machine is rested for all your ID badges that you continuously asked him to reprint because you lost them. So congratulations, Roger.
All right. Oh, okay, then 5.7, Superintendent President Roger Schultz.
I'm going to save some comments as I pull the public comment card for the end, but I do. It's like the first time. Yeah, I pulled a public comment card to close out the night because I don't think you want to tearful me right now. But the thing I do want to do is answer a couple of questions, or actually ask one. Mr. Arce, where would you like my old boxes when I'm done with them tomorrow? Number 2, to answer Vicky's question, Trustee Carpenter's question, why we chose an 80s theme. It was the last time I had hair of that length. So And that's why I wanted to wear wigs, because it reminded me of my youth. But I do want to thank everybody who supported that event, that supported the fundraising for the day. And also today, I was really touched by the community outpouring from both community organizations and cities with the awards. And I think the one thing that was really amazing was the city of Temecula stepping up and presenting a giant check with a giant number on it for $25,000. And that doesn't happen without a great foundation, executive director, and Rebecca Orlowski. And thank you for coordinating those events and making really a tremendous effort to celebrate our work together. And again, emphasis on our work. It's been a pleasure. So I'll leave it there. So.
Very well. This brings us to the consent calendar. Before we vote on the consent calendar, are there any items that trustees would like to pull for individual consideration? Hearing none, I will take a motion to approve the consent agenda as it sits.
I'll make that motion.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees vote.
Aye.
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 And that's that. Okay, we're moving to the open agenda, human resources. 9.1, classified employee appointments. We have 4 appointments. It's recommended that the board approve these appointments. Do we have a motion?
Chair Ashley, I move to approve the classified appointments.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees vote.
Aye.
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 9.2, academic appointments. Just 24, that's all. 24 academic appointments. Nothing to see here. It's recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the academic appointments. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, this is 9.3, even though it reads 9.4. We had a little issue with diligent, I mentioned earlier. So this is 9.3, new position and replacement, full-time faculty, correction to previously approved item from 11/13/2025. It is recommended that the board confirm the faculty recruitment correction. Do we have a motion?
Chair Ashley, I move to approve.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. 9.4, although it says 9.3. Administrative appointments, there are 8 administrative appointments. It's recommended that the board approve these appointments. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion, Chair.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 10, open agenda, superintendent president. 10.1, master agreement by and between MSJC Community College District and the Mount San Jacinto College Foundation. This is the master agreement, establishes the operational, financial, and governance relationship between the district and the foundation as required by Title V regulations governing auxiliary organizations. The agreement has been comprehensively reviewed and updated to reflect current legal requirements, operational practices, government expectations, and the evolving partnership between the district and foundation. The revised agreement has been reviewed by legal counsel and approved by the Foundation Board of Directors June 17th, 2026. The revisions strengthen accountability, clarify responsibilities, and support continued collaboration in advancing the mission of the MSJC Community College District. It's recommended that Board of Trustees approve the revised master agreement. Do we have a motion?
Chair Ashley, I move to approve the master agreement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Chair, I wanted to bring a question. Maybe somebody here could answer it. Foundation, how much does it cost to run the foundation? And what are the dollar amounts and benefits that we receive from that foundation?
Yeah, so the foundation operates within the budgeted amount that the Board of Trustees allows. And so we've had years where the expenses for the foundation have, been far less than what's been budgeted on the revenue front. But I can pull the exact budget number for you for sure. This arrangement, though, isn't a financial one in the sense that's just explaining the collaboration between the district and the foundation. So I hope that helps to clarify things. One of the aspects is that we do provide staffing to the foundation, and the foundation's benefit to the district has to exceed the value of the cost of those employees that are provided. But I can provide you with the budget data for the foundation if you'd like.
That's okay. I just wanted to clarify, but you could clearly state that the benefits are way higher than the costs.
Yeah, I think that the size of the endowment as well as the announcement tonight with the campaign that was run kind of illustrate that for what amounted to FTE and cost the district for employee cost versus the benefits in the scholarship program and the support that the foundation offers the district is far in excess of that.
Another question about the foundation master agreement. In there, it states that you could have from 6 to 16 individuals that are directors.
So
how are those directors chosen?
So that's actually the foundation's bylaws, and that's just the organizational document for the foundation organization itself. So that's not the district, that's the foundation. But the foundation board of directors has adopted those bylaws, which are an attachment to the agreement. And that's what they determine to be the appropriate number to get sufficient representation for their board. I don't know if the executive director would want to speak more to that. But that was a finding of the board of directors for the foundation.
Do we have a separate committee to determine who's going to be those directors to make sure that it's equitable within our region, that the cities are represented equally? Hold up.
Sorry. Recommendations are made to the foundation board by members of the community, members of the college, individuals who just show an interest. It's someone to serve on the foundation board does need to live, work, or have a material interest within the district as determined. Those individuals are reviewed by the board and then they are discussed with the superintendent president. It is the goal of the foundation board to represent the district in its whole. So we do look for representation across the entire 1,700 square miles and also representing different parts of the community. So we have some business members, we have representatives from elected officials, different community members.
And it was stated that directors should donate a certain amount of fund. How much is that fund?
They're asked to either give or help us in receiving a minimum of $1,000 a year. So that can just be a matter of them just going out and doing goodwill. So supporting the district by helping us gather donations, having people attend events, make donations during the holidays. So they don't necessarily have to write a $1,000 check, but they just either do that or assist us in fundraising to support the district.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then just to follow up on the question for the budgeted expenses, those were budgeted about $1.7 million, which has been in alignment with what has been running in the past few fiscal years.
Thank you.
Okay, with hearing no more discussion, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees vote.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we are now moving to item 11.2. Let me make sure we are. Revised approval of authorized signatures and authority. The day-to-day operations of the district require signatures for district business. Beginning July 1st, 2026, the authorized employees are Tawny Dotson, Superintendent President, Michael Beckham, Vice President of Business, and a few others listed below.
I'm sorry, Trustee Ashley, did we miss 11.1?
Yes, we Oh, yes, we did. I thought we
Just
were
a little-
on
we jumped over there.
10.2 and not 11.1. And so I jumped to 11.2. Thank you
Sorry.
so much. Gosh. 11, this is open agenda from the Board of Trustees. 11.1, approval of Board of Trustees Resolution 2026-0625. Consideration of opposition to the proposed Golden Pacific Power Link project. The Board of Trustees will consider Resolution 2026-0625 regarding the proposed Golden Pacific Power Link transmission line project and its potential impacts on the district and surrounding communities. The resolution would express the board's position on the project and authorize staff to participate in applicable regulatory and advocacy processes and communicate with relevant agencies and stakeholders. It is recommended that the board adopt the resolution expressing opposition to the proposed Golden Pacific Power Link transmission line project. Do we have a motion to approve?
Trustee Ashley, I move to approve the resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there a discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
I know we recently made a resolution to support Highway 79. Highway 79 truly does affect the outcome of our students as far as just transportation to and from through the valley. I have yet to be able to see how this affects our students. I know this has become near and dear to the hearts of the city of Temecula. Obviously, we know what will be the outcome of this resolution. However, I just want to be on record that I think we're borderline here on the verge of what we're doing in the gray area, because then who else is going to have a resolution of something we're supposed to be in support of, and it doesn't stop. So I just want to state that.
My concern is that if it is rerouted, what other city is going to take the burden? Maybe a city that's maybe not outspoken, maybe not politically active, a disenfranchised community might end up taking the burden of this Golden Pacific Power Link.
Trustee Carpenter.
I'm familiar with this. I'm not sure how it got to us, to be honest with you. But I thought that it was defeated. I wasn't sure. I thought that the city council did defeat this. Is this an after the fact or is it still ongoing?
Okay. So the reason this ended up on our agenda is that I requested to have it placed on the agenda. And so I'll also remind Trustee Smith that we also promoted a modernization to a cross interchange on McCall, which was lightly connected to our students, but we still approved it because it was good for the community. We don't have a campus right there, but we have a campus a few miles away. But in this, I would argue the following: we're part of a community, this college, and one of the community that we sit in right now is the city of Temecula, a city that has supported this college greatly over the years, generously. And the city of Temecula has found itself in the unenviable position of having to fight the San Diego Gas and Electric Company, who wants to build a power transmission line to benefit San Diego. And they're running the line from the El Centro area of San Diego County to the San Onofre area of San Diego County. But they've made the decision that they don't want to inconvenience, and this goes to Trustee Corona's question. They've made the decision they don't want to inconvenience or put a big ugly power line through, let's say, Escondido and San Marcos. Wouldn't it be better if we put it through Temecula, who in no way benefits in any way from the line, but our teachers and our students will be hurt by lowered property values, an eyesore that is in plain view, probably from our 5th floor. And so it does it impact our learning? With Trustee Smith, I would say no. It doesn't impact our learning, but it does impact our community. And I would put this resolution, if they were trying to go through the city of Paris, I will actually say that I've fought against power lines going through the city of Paris in my life. But they're putting a power line through Riverside County to benefit only San Diego County, and it's not part of a greater, to my understanding. It has nothing to do with making the grid more robust for the United States, where we at least get some secondary value. They just found a better way to, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we put it through Temecula in Riverside County to no benefit at all of us? Is there any other comment?
What is your suggestion? Where should they reroute it?
My
Is
suggestion,
rerouting it underground an option?
no, my suggestion is simple. It's a San Diego County project, route it through San Diego County.
Thank
That's
you
my
for your
suggestion.
explanation on that.
I appreciate the clarification too. And now I recall.
Also, this is going before the State Public Utilities Commission, and the city of Temecula has been trying to get allies to fight this. If anyone's heard about it on social media, put your hand up. A few, but this would be maybe too late for us to put it on the agenda for August. We may have missed the boat. So I apologize for not getting it in as an information agenda last month or 2 weeks ago. So we could have had this discussion and studied it on our own. So that is my bad, but it is something that's gaining traction very quickly. And we don't have a meeting all the way till August. It could be too late to go on record opposing it.
Understandable. Thank you.
Any other comments or?
As long as it's not rerouted to the northern cities of Temecula or the northern cities, I support.
Okay.
Sorry, just one particular comment as representing the southern half of Temecula as part of my trustee area that when I saw this on the agenda, had to be a quick study because I was regretfully ignorant of this particular issue. But understanding that the overall community dissatisfaction with how, and apparently how haphazardly this was put together by this particular utility, I completely understand their frustration and support their efforts to move forward with this and the resolution that we have forward in front of us right here.
Additionally, also, the Southwest Legislative Council has written a letter in opposition.
Who has?
Southwest Legislative Council.
Yep. I might add that giant, tall power lines also present hazards to things like small aircraft, helicopters, and also it does go right through like the tourist area of Temecula, which does diminish the economic engine of Temecula, which is there like the wineries and balloon, like hot air balloon. We have festivals on that. The lines would go not too far from those areas. You get some strong side winds or something, you blow a hot air balloon into a giant power line that wasn't there a few years earlier. So does it, so I get that it doesn't directly impact learning for our students, but it does impact our students as a whole in their community.
This reminds me of the millions of square footage of warehouses that are being built in the Paris and Homeland Menifee area, mostly in the Homeland area. Millions of dollars are going to be used to fix those highways and freeways and traffic jams. So I feel what Temecula doesn't want, but those areas in the north much of the roads are completely destroyed. I don't know how we're going to pay for that.
Okay, thank you for sharing. With that, student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Now we can move to, 11.2. Thank you. Revised approval, authorized signatures. I've read this, but I'll open it up again, just the first sentence. The day-to-day operations of the district require authorized signatures for district business beginning July 1, 2026. The authorized employees are Tani Dotson, Superintendent President, Michael Beckham, Vice President of Business, Stacy Kimbrough, Chief Administrative Services Controller, and Rihanna Leach, Interim Associate Dean of Business Services. These employees are authorized to sign orders drawn on funds of the school district and notices of employment. It's recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the revised authorized signatures and authority as indicated. Do we have a motion?
I move to approve.
Chair, I will second.
We have discussion. All student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 11.3, revised appointment of authorized agents. Beginning July 1st, 2026, it's recommended that the Superintendent President, Tani Dotson, and Vice President of Business Services, Michael Beckham, be appointed as authorized agents for the MSJC District Board of Trustees. The Superintendent President and the Vice President of Businesses customarily serve as authorized agents for the Board of Trustees. A formal action is needed. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Chair, I will second.
Any discussion? Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Item 11.4, and we will have a presentation. No, I'm sorry. No, we had that, and now we are voting.
No presentation necessary.
We got you, Anna. Anna, I forgot what our goals were. Would you get up there and show us?
Yeah.
Again.
Could you go over goal 3?
Anna Sterling, Dean of Institutional Effectiveness, presented the board's self-evaluation results, evaluation report, and draft board goals for the 2026 to 2028 at the May 14th Board of Trustees meeting. The proposed board goals for 26 to 28 are being presented for formal consideration and adoption. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review and adopt the board goals as presented. Do we have a motion to approve?
Approved.
We have a second.
Chair, I'll second.
We have a second. Any discussion? I have discussion. Dr. Dotson, study up. Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Item 12, comments of individual groups, delegations to non-agenda items. Let me make sure we are in the right. Yes, we have a couple. So these are public comments limited to non-agenda items. It appears we have 2. We will start with Michelle Vogel-Trout on agenda item number 12.1. Go ahead.
Using this. Okay.
Give it a try. Let's see if it.
Testing. Yes, it's this one. Thank you, Board President Ashley. I respectfully ask in advance for my 1-minute extension in the event I go over your 3-minute limit to finish this comment. One of my favorite theoretical frameworks in developmental psychology is Bronfenbrenner's ecological model. It describes the human lifestyle in systems from micro to macro, and the largest system is called the chronos system that contextualizes a person's life over time from birth to death. I find great joy and insight as a psychologist reflecting on timelines of life that converge for even just a season. So Roger, I am grateful for our season of overlap, nearly a decade and really a short time in the grand scheme of both of our lifespans. I wanted to share my reflections on what that means to me in connection to you on our respective lives' journeys as they've converged chronologically over the last 4 decades. There are a few roasts in here, so I apologize, but also ask for forgiveness in advance. In 1984, and thanks for coming in clutch for this one, things looked very different for both of us. You were working the summer '84 Olympics in LA, starting your junior year at USC. I did not exist. You were already starting your educational journey at USC while I was, in 1988, you were already starting your educational journey at USC, and I was simply trying to survive being born. Shout out to my mom for the gift of life. Also, in this time frame, you had a full head of hair, and I did not. Time has sure changed things. Around 1988, when you were serving as an educational leader, building your career at USC, and then subsequently Long Beach City College, I was entering my first academic institution, Storybook Preschool in Chico, California, learning how to spend the entire day away from my parents, which turns out I could pick up pretty quickly if you know me well. Sorry, too funny. And after 10 years at MSJC, I can confidently say, and with loving sarcasm to those in the room and on Zoom, the shenanigans at Storybooks Playground were not all that different from the shenanigans here at MSJC. Thanks for the token laugh on that one. Let's speed up the timeline because I know that Chair Ashley is going to be clocking every second of my 3 minutes. So in 2001, you joined MSJC as Vice President of Student Services. That same year, I earned my driver's license. One of the very few tests that I barely passed. Most of my exceptionally passed, but not that one, barely. In 2008, you became the superintendent president at MSJC, and at that very time, I was beginning graduate school, hoping to build a career in higher education with no idea our paths would ever eventually cross. And by 2015, MSJC had become known for being the fastest growing community college in California, serving thousands of students across our region. I might need a minute 30 if you're.
Can we get a grant
good
2
with
minutes, please? Yep, 2 minutes.
Bless you. Thank you. Let's see. So when a psychology position opened up in 2017, I was encouraged by multiple constituents in my network to apply because people described MSJC at that time as a college transforming in real time. And during my interview, you asked me, why does a city girl want to come to the country? Maybe not like that, but it felt like that at the time. I answered, I am a country girl. I'm a trucker's daughter. And because I like to build things, I like to create, contribute, and be part of transformational change in a system that's ever evolving. And I also shared that I came from a family business where people devoted their careers to one organization and was looking for a place where I could grow over long term, pour into students, and help transform lives the way college had transformed mine. Thankfully, you gave me that opportunity, which afforded me a myriad of more opportunities. One of the things I've appreciated most over the years is that you've always accepted my invitations, no matter how late they were, to celebrate students. Whether it was the 2018 Psychology Research Fair, where you came and you walked the room and you met with every student research team and asked them questions uniquely about their posters, to PTK and everything that came after. You made their work feel like it mattered. Thank you for attending all of those student activities and events. You literally traveled miles to show up for our students, and that made an impact on me and them. I'm forever grateful. This last Mother's Day, my son completed one of those kindergarten Mad Lib letters for the moms, like, I love my mom because. He wrote, my mom is 8 years old, close enough, but then he wrote something that meant more to me. My mom is a great builder. Coming from a little boy who expects much, and for me to be the project manager of anything over a Lego piece of 200, I am grateful. And Todd, I'm ready to join your team. When I think about builders, I think about you, Roger. You build campuses, programs, partnerships, and opportunities, and you've helped build a college for countless students and employees. I'm happy to give this to him personally. If you prefer, I don't extend.
Just continue. I know you're close.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, everyone.
I very much appreciate
Starting
it.
in August, we're going to go back to being tight on time.
We're on Tawny's clock, right? Okay. Anyways, you've taught me that great leaders are great, not because they're perfect or they get it right every time, because they try, they fail, they learn, and they keep building anyways. They create moments to carry people with them for a lifetime. Now, I do have a couple of regrets. The first one is I never circled back to say hello at the Selimar event where you were hanging out with Larry Glazio and your Backstreet Boy crew. Got a little intimidating, and I just chose to let that one go and see you next time. The second one is I regret not taking a photo with you at the employee recognition ceremony where I won Faculty of the Year, and I would love to make that up if that's an option. Third, I missed your 80s party. Gosh darn it. I didn't get to thank your family in person, but I do see Lori here, so thank you so much for sharing him with us. And perhaps my greatest regret is that I never submitted a resource allocation proposal for a presidential golf cart at each site with a custom license plate that read Old E for Old Eagle. Just joking. So this isn't goodbye. You should not be so lucky for me to lose your number. It's simply a see you later. Thank you for inspiring me, encouraging me, and all of us. I cannot conclude my heartfelt thanks without a statistical reference. Roger, you have influenced my trajectory of my career in ways that are statistically significant with the probability value of less than 5%. And for those who don't know what that means that he made a direct impact on my career by planting seeds that are so freshly planted, they have yet to bloom. So congratulations. Best wishes in your next chapter. Fly, dear eagle, fly, soar to new heights. And every once in a while, please come back to Eagle's Landing, visit the nest, and check in on the flock that you helped build.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker goes by the name Roger Schultz, and group represented outgoing superintendent president.
Well,
No.
yeah.
Would you like to? Get up there. Podium. Podium.
Trustee Ashley, I suggest we give him an extra minute.
But we're going to hold him to it. Apparently, time's out the window, Roger. Take as much time as you need. Just this meeting, everyone.
Now does the time start? So for my cabinet colleagues and board members, you'll be happy to know I will not be using this pointer in advancing a PowerPoint presentation, only to blind people with the laser pointer that goes across their eyes. Anyway, thank you for affording me just this few minutes. I didn't want to do it. I don't think I'm going to be emotional now, even though the kind words, but I shared this thought at the 80s party the other day. I had a colleague join me that I worked with at USC, and you talked about intersectionality and things that were happening. I was a transfer recruiter articulation officer for USC while I was earning my master's degree. And I recruited up and down the state and did a great job. I turned around numbers. I was at Santa Barbara City College, San Francisco, had these great numbers. One Friday, my dean came to me and said, "We need you to go check out this new and up-and-coming college," and sent me, and I did not know where Menifee was. And it was a Friday. We didn't have any recruiting fairs. I recruited Riverside, so they sent me and this other guy. And we got out there, and there was a Target, a housing development, a Ralph's, a couple of modulars, and like one permanent building. And we looked at each other and was like, why did they do this to us? What did we do wrong? We're going to get fired. This is a big nothing burger. And we drove back to LA. And I thought, I didn't realize that until that didn't even come up in my interview. But I am so fortunate to have found MSJC when I looked for a vice president job. And I shared it earlier. I wish the cabinet could have been there as well, and I want to thank them. But I get a lot of accolades for having achieved a lot, but I achieved nothing. I myself, it is a true we situation. And I'm going to send out a message that I crafted earlier today, really reemphasizing that. But together we can achieve so much. And to Trustee Silva's point, working together, working through adversity, we may not see things together, but when we join forces, it is amazing. And I think our cabinet is reflective. You all see this unified, great, well-oiled machine, but we have some difficult conversations and we don't always agree, but I will stack this team up against any executive cabinet team in the state. They're forward-thinking, visionary, but most importantly, they are student-centered in everything that they do and think about. They think about people, they care about people, and I want to make sure the world knows behind closed doors, those deliberations are never taken lightly. Poor Veronica, she's had a couple of cabinet meetings. She's like, man, you guys are having a lot of fun. What she doesn't hear is the sobbing tears in between those conversation points. But everything is focused on students and staff because we are a people organization. And to this board, I don't think any of you actually hired me. So you've taken me for a ride that you didn't get to test drive. And I think you all have put your faith in me, and I appreciate the years of confidence. And a lot of times, like even coming into the board meeting and saying, hey, what about this real estate idea in Temecula to buy an office building? I was really refreshed when you had great confidence to even explore that. But I could not be more appreciative of having 18 years here at the helm when the median tenure of a CEO today in a community college is 3.5 years. I thank the Lord every day for the great work that we do and the people that I am surrounded with, because it makes the work, it's hard work, but it's enjoyable work because of you all. And I might lose it here. I'm not going to miss the paycheck. I'm going to miss you all. So thank you all. Oh, I didn't see this. I didn't have the notes. There's a couple other people real quick. Jackie has been amazing. Just an absolutely, just a confident and amazing person. Tani, you're inheriting just a jewel of the community colleges. Todd's a good teacher. Well, you didn't like when I called you JV, but and lastly, I introduced her earlier at the earlier event. Again, there are so many times when I would come home from meetings and events, sometimes late, and there's a freeway and a railroad crossing I have to go over. I call my wife there, get me a drink, make sure it's ready as soon as I walk in. And so she's a hell of a bartender. She didn't know sometimes what I was venting on, but she would sit there and listen, smile, and go, "It's going to be okay. It's going to drink your drink." And anyway, my wife, Lori, who I could not have done this without also. So.
Thanks, Lori. Thanks for sharing. More than sharing. I don't know how 13.1 information agenda had to end up after that. Luckily, it's just an information agenda. And we'll get through it quick. There's no vote needed, but it's a Measure AA Independent Citizens Oversight Committee annual report each year. MSJC Independent Citizens Bond Oversight Committee is required per their bylaws to submit an annual report to the board that includes a statement indicating the district is in compliance with the requirements of Article 13A, Section 1B3 of the California Constitution and a summary of the committee's proceedings for the preceding year. Attached is the 24-25 annual report. Please make sure you've studied it. We now come to 14.1 adjournment. Our next meeting, praise be, is not until August 13th, Thursday at 4 p.m. We've had a lot of meetings because we've had a lot to do as an institution, and we deserve 7 weeks off, roughly, I think. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Chair Ashley, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? Here's your last chance. My only discussion is I hope that we can welcome Dr. Dotson as warmly as we have said farewell to Dr. Schultz. With that, please vote. Student trustee, please vote.
Aye.
Trustees, please vote.
Aye.
It is 5:53. We're adjourned.
Go watch soccer.
Yeah, we just.